Hello there! What is going on, everyone? Today we are going to be taking a look at the new Boba Fett. This is the concept version Boba Fett, the special edition, convention exclusive. This one was also in limited quantities, was available online. That's where I picked this one up. This is for Star Wars Legion and is an alternative way to run Boba Fett. And kind of based on the original, like kind of Stormtrooper Super Commando concept art by Ralph McQuarrie. We have multiple helmet options inside, so we're going to be able to take a look at all of those. Now, if you were at Gen Con, you may have had a chance to pick this up. This will be available at a couple of other conventions, I think, throughout the year. It's unclear if this is going to be available at Adepticon or not, and that's why I kind of went ahead and picked one up online. I'm not sure if these will still be around at Adepticon. They may, or there may be something new by that time. So either way, I figured it'd be a good idea to check it out and take a look at this one. If you guys are new here to the channel, we are doing $25 Amazon gift card giveaways all the time, as well as sometimes other giveaways, promos, and Patreon, and also in Discord. So be sure to you're subscribed. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos to have a chance to enter to win any of those. And we're gonna go ahead and pull this out. Now, this is a different style of mini. This is looks like to be resin here, and it's interesting if you look at the way it was packed here. You'll see that this is while it's a bag, they're not completely loose in the bag because they sort of heat sealed it here and here, kind of in a V shape, kind of keeping the base, the whole body, and then the arms and head options over here. So we'll open that up here in a moment. We'll take a closer look. There should be something else in here, though. There's supposed to be a card. I thought there was going to be a card in here. Maybe it's in here. Maybe there's a card in here. I thought there was a... there it is. There it is. All right. We also have a special edition version of the Boba Fett card. Oh, and this one is kind of neat. It's got a little holographic foil treatment to it. So that's actually a pretty cool thing. Not all of the fancy special edition cards look like that. So, or you know, they don't always have that. So that's a pretty neat little bonus. So nice, very nice stuff there with that one. As far as our paperwork here, we've got a little poster of Boba with the Slave One in the background, and then as we flip this around, we have our little rules insert, and then a credits page of folks that helped work on this. So pretty cool stuff. Let's take a closer look at the miniature. All right, so first off, we're gonna look at the base here. We've got a fully sculpted base, and again, as this is a resin mini, we have some extra bits that we're gonna have to clean up. A lot of connected pieces here, so we'll have to take our X-Acto knife, and we'll be cutting around there, being real careful, because this is, and if you're new to hobbying, you got to be really careful. Always be cutting away from you. Be very small, controlled cuts. It's very easy to slip and hurt yourself, especially if you're trying to trim that type of stuff off. So again, be super careful. We got a lot of little bits of very thin filament, a little just thin little strands of ether stuck to different parts here. You can see it. You can see parts of it right there against the black background pretty well. So we'll have to clean all of that off before we get ready to sort of assemble and glue all of it together. Now, the interesting thing here is that we've got two different helmets. Now, of course, I'm kind of tempted to put the original Boba helmet on there. I'm not a big fan of this one, so I'll probably go with that one right there. Not as much of a fan of that one. So, you know, but at the same time, you know, I could always just paint a regular Boba Fett white if I wanted to go for that look. So maybe I will go for the concept version. I don't know. It's so interesting. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Let me know in the comments what you think is better. But yeah, so we got both arms. A lot of cleanup that has to be done on these, but it's neat to see some different stuff. So this is kind of cool. I think back to some of the other resin models I've had. Sometimes they're packaged quite differently. So like that first Star Wars Celebration, Vader was in like foam, and it was in like dozens of different pieces, and it was I was always afraid I was going to lose one. This is much fewer pieces. So let's go ahead and I'll get it cleaned up and we'll put it together. All right, now we have this concept version Boba Fett put together. I decided to go with the classic mask, and of course we can keep one of these classic style Mandalorian helmets. Kind of can serve as a variant helmet, especially with all the Mandos that are out there. You can use this one. It is certainly more recognizable as it's a little taller than your typical Mandalorian helmets, but it's at least Mandalorian adjacent. As a matter of fact, if we zoom in, you can see it a little bit better. It's not the typical Mando design on this one. But again, nothing wrong with holding on to this one. It could be basing material for somebody. It could be an accent piece for something else. There's a ton that you could do with this. So that much is cool. But as far as this guy, he looks pretty groovy. He's sitting here. I'm just going to spin him around a little bit. He's got like a backpack full of arrows, which is cool. A lot of detail on like what would otherwise be a very, very simple costume. A lot of detail on him. So that was pretty cool. Now, again, this was resin, so we didn't use plastic cement. I used super glue and just gave it time. You have to be very patient when gluing resin minis together. They take time. But yeah, so we got him cleaned up, we got him shaved, and he's ready to go. All right, and the last step, I don't always do this, but I did throw some paint on him. Not a whole lot of paint because he's mostly white. I tried to add some color schemes to him a little bit. I added some gray, a couple of edge highlights, a little bit of light blue, bits here and there, which they sort of had in the concept art. I added a little bit of red also. I was trying to make it kind of similar to the box model there, but I added a few touches that were just my own. So not a whole lot of craziness to this guy, but that's how he came out. So pretty neat looking overall. You know, maybe not my favorite miniature, but I think I've got one of every of the special editions so far, so I wanted to complete the collection. And yeah, and frankly, it's neat, and it's a cool kind of iconic Ralph McQuarrie kind of style inspired one. So definitely nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's a pretty cool one. So that's a kind of a look at the concept version of Boba Fett. And I think that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and a big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this whole channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all. And always wash your socks.